Hi y'all, welcome back, and I am so excited to be doing this video because we are about to cut some people off. And if anybody knows me on here, I am the queen of cutting people off. I mean, like friends especially, because if you're fake, then that's like holding on to split ends for what, so that it could damage you even more. It's like being in a container and being an apple in a container and having two fake apples around you. They're just going to spoil you. Eventually you're going to be toxic and just as trash as them. So these are signs of a fake friend. Enjoy. And these aren't random things I just I'm making up as I go along. These are things that I actually experienced and things that I've observed that fake friends do, and of course you go wrote them down for y'all. Anyways, number one, they never tell you when something is wrong with you. Example, if you have spinach on your teeth or a tag on your clothes. You know those type of friends that deliberately want to make sure you look bad, and although they can't really control how you look, they will still try to influence it. Let's say you're walking down the street, you're walking around town whole day, the two of you all in town together, right? And this whole time you had a tag on you, and you know that she was walking behind you for some part of the time, so she would have had to see that tag was still at the back of you. You forgot to take off your clothes or whatever, right? And she have you walking around the place whole time, and when you reach home then alone, you notice the tag on your clothes, and you're like, so wait a minute, she didn't notice all the time that tag was on my clothes. Friends like that and friends like those, they deliberately do these things to make you look bad just so that they can look better. Cut them off. Okay, number two, take your feelings for granted. They'll call you things like, they'll tell you things like, oh, you're too touchous, or you're too touchy, or so on. It's like you're trying to explain your feelings to them or how you felt about something they did or something like that, and they always say you're too touchous, you're too touchy, you take things too personally, it's not all about you, and they'll try to make you feel down for your feelings. I mean, like, friends should be considerate of your feelings. If they did something that affected you or did something that troubled you in any way, and you talk to them about it, you come out and you talk to them about it, they should be like, okay, well, I understand, I'll try not to do this. They should be more considerate. Friends should be considerate of your feelings and not try to brush your feelings away. That's toxic, and you need to cut that friend off. Number three, they exclude you out of everything. They go out without you every time. They leave you out of conversations. They exclude you out of everything. Like, it's like you ever had this friend whereby she's always there, but at the same time she's not always there. She's always there to keep, it's almost like she's keeping you close because you're her enemy or something. It's like keep your friends close but keep your enemies closer type of thing. So if she's going out to dinner, to brunch, to a party, to an event, she would never include you, but she's still always up under you just to know your business. Especially, I personally don't do group friendships. I was never one to be in a group friendship. I think those things are toxic as and to preserve my energy, I just don't do them. But it's like, let's say you have a group of friends, right? And they always go out and so on, and they always exclude you out of everything. Even conversations, they have little code words and code names and so on, and that you're the only one who don't know. For example, let's say you're talking about something, right? And they have inside jokes. Oh, this is another one, inside jokes. They always have some inside jokes that you're the only one who don't get the inside joke. Get out. Get out. It's toxic. Number four, they call your faults out loudly in front of people solely to embarrass you. Let's say you told them that the wax lady messed up your eyebrows, right? So now your eyebrows, one is smaller, one is bigger. You told them that in private because obviously they're your friend, you confided in them or whatever, right? And then you're sitting around a group of people who didn't even notice your eyebrows were messed up, because it probably wasn't messed up that bad or whatever. They didn't notice your eyebrows were messed up, but as soon as she comes in, she'll be like, oh, messed up eyebrows, half eyebrows, or make some joke about your eyebrows just to draw attention to the people around you that, well, your eyebrows are messed up just so that they can laugh at you. Why would you even want to have a friend like that, to call you out on things like that in front of people solely to embarrass you? That is very, very toxic. And if you have a friend like that, then you need to cut her off. Okay, so this next one is a really big one. They want to see you do good, but never better than them. It's like, let's say for example, okay, y'all go to school together, and she always get A's, and you do good too, but you get B's or whatever, right? And then the one time you do better in a course than her, she's like, okay, nice, whatever, or her mood just changes or whatever. She's not happy for you, she's not supportive for you. She was supportive and happy for you when you were getting B's and she was getting A's, but now this one time you got an A and she got a B, all of a sudden it's not that much of a big brawl anymore. She's not that happy for you. It's like, okay, she feels down just because, well, that's one time you won and she didn't. That's toxic. You don't need people like that. That they always want to see you do good, but never better than them type of friendship. Your friends should be happy for you regardless of their position or how well they're doing or not. They should be happy for you if you do well. This next one I experienced, but on the other end. Friends who are friends with your enemies. She has to pick a side. He, she, whatever, has to pick a side. That friend have to pick a side. You can't be friends with me and friends with my enemy. That just doesn't make sense. There's this one time I was friends with these two girls, right? And then they got into an argument, whatever, and they stopped being friends. And I was still friends with both of them, right? But the one I was actually closer to, she was an alright girl. She was a nice girl. Although I don't talk to either of those girls right now, but she was a nice girl. And then the other one, she was a. Anyways, like when I used to be around the other one, let's call her Sarah. When I used to be around Sarah, she used to always talk about, let's say, Jill. She used to always talk about Jill, talk bad about Jill. But when I was around Jill, Jill never used to talk bad about her. So I was like, I just cannot do this anymore. And I stopped talking to Sarah because, like, at first, I first called her out. I called her out about it. And I was like, okay, she never talks about you. Why are you always talking about her? Why is she always the sense of conversation, whatever? And I told her how I felt about it. I felt uncomfortable with it because I'm friends with her. I can't be friends with her and I stand up here having you bad talking her, whatever. That's some fake shit. So I just cut it off with Sarah. We were just calling her Sarah. I cut it off with her and we just stopped talking. Yeah, but I never told Jill about it because I didn't feel like I should. That's something I should tell her to depress or whatever. It was kind of irrelevant at the time, so I just didn't tell about it. But after a long while, Jill and I, we ended up just drifting apart or whatever, and that's totally fine. But if you're friends with somebody who's friends with an enemy of yours, then you have to watch your back. You have to watch your back. You never know if they're just a vessel being used to transport information to your enemies or talk about you or laugh about you. Don't have a vessel friend. Don't have any friends that's friends with your enemy. This is another good one, and this one I experienced. That friend who stops talking to you when you're not doing well, when you have a problem, when you're feeling down, when you're not stable, they stop talking to you, they disappear. As soon as they get to find out or get to know that you're not doing well and you need a shoulder, whatever, they disappear. They're never there. But the minute they realize that you're doing better and you're all right now, they reappear. They're back and ready to be your friend. They're back and ready to be your friend. People like those, they are so draining. They are so draining. Which leads me to my next point of a friend who always takes but never gives. It's kind of crazy. This friend that always takes but never gives. You're always there for them, a shoulder to cry on for them. You're always there to help out their problems, to help them when they're in need, to do this and to do that, go this place, go that place with them. But the minute you're not doing good and you need them, they're not there. These kind of friendships and these kind of relationships are very, very draining. Very draining, and you should get out of them. Very toxic. Now this one is I'm very touched by this one. It's friends that never defend you, never stand up for you. Let's say you could be in an argument to somebody over something, whatever, and they're standing there, they're not saying anything, they're not doing anything, they're just standing in the corner like a bystander, whatever. And like, you're supposed to be my friend, you're supposed to represent me, we're supposed to be, you know, if I don't like that bitch, then you don't like that bitch. If I'm on this bitch head, then you're on this bitch head. So, you know, we're supposed to be like that. If you're my friend, then I don't have many friends. But if you're my friend, you're my friend. And I expect you to have my back. Likewise, I would have your back in whatever. There was a situation once, right? I was on campus with this friend of mine. And this girl from another faculty, she was in our area, and there was like this sale going on, and this friend of mine that I was with, she wanted to buy something from the sale, but I wanted to go to the library, so she asked me to follow her. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll go follow you. So I went with her and I followed her to get something to eat from the sale, right? And then this girl from the other faculty, she passed. I was standing up on the catwalk because that's where the people were selling, right? And she bounced me, right? So I was like, who is this bitch? And my friend just like was like, you know, let it go, whatever about it. Like, she didn't even want to try to. I was like, so, you know. So I was like, no, I'm going back behind her. I'm going to bounce her the same way she bounced me, because my mother didn't raise no punk. If you hit me, I'm going to hit you back, and that's on what? That's on period. So I was like, and she was like, oh, don't go, whatever. And you know, this, she didn't even follow me to go and bounce back the girl. After, it was because of her, I followed her to go buy something to eat, and then that happened to me, and then you saw it happen and you didn't even try to defend me or anything like that. So I went back, but I went back behind the girl and I bounced her back. She was standing in a group with her friends, and I went back by myself. Yes, she was with her friends, and I was going to be on site. Obviously, it wasn't going to be on site because we're on campus and I don't fight and whatever. I don't like fighting, whatever. But I had to hit the bitch back because, yeah, and well, I bounced her back and didn't do anything. She was surprised. She was literally surprised that I came back. And I chucked her back with my shoulders in front of her friend. She was like, I was like, that's weird, didn't you really bounce me? Well, I didn't tell her that, but yeah, that's what I had to do. I went out. And then my friend was like, you really went and bounced back that girl? I was like, yes, and you should have come with me. Fake friend. Anyways, the next one is, if you have a fallout and she airs out your business. This has never happened to me, but I've seen it so many times happening to females. They sit around and they talk and they gossip and they tell each other their business, and then the minute they break up, they're on social media airing out everybody's business, airing out everybody's dirty laundry. It's like very disgusting. That's one of the reasons I don't keep many friends and I don't tell just my business on period. Literally, the only person I would even tell anything personal is my mother or one of my sisters, and that's it. You're like, you're so secretive and you're so confidential and whatever. Yeah, bitch, because I don't know which one of you are going to try to play me one day. So yeah, so you should probably try to, I know it's nice to have a friend and you're so hype about having this new friend and you want to tell her everything. As soon as something happens, you want to go around and tell her whatever. It's really cute, but it's not the best thing to do, and you should really look out for people like that. As long as I don't even know why you would even be back friends with a person that does you something like that. You only have to cross me once. Now the next one is that fake I'm happy for you. You know, when you tell somebody good news, you're expecting them to be, well, not just as happy as you are, but expecting them to see life and see a lot of emotion and so on, be happy for you, be genuinely happy for you. But they're like this, I'm happy for you, this over the shoulder, I'm happy for you, or you know, they're not really happy for you. They're like, that's nice, I'm glad you got through, whatever. They're not really as sprung out about it as you expected them to be. Or let's say you dress up really nice, going to a party or something, and you look really, really good. And none of them, I mean, like, you're not fishing or searching for compliments because you know you're that bitch. But still, you expect your friends to tell you, you look nice, let's take out a picture or whatever, if you really look nice, whatever. But they were like, yeah, you look nice, I guess, whatever. They're giving you that energy. Just cut these people off, sweetie. It is better to be alone and have no friends than being around a whole set of fake friends. And even if, so God will bless you with people that you can trust and that you can be friends with and have genuine friendships with. friends not good for you, girl, according to Spice. Okay, so that is all I have for you beautiful people, and I really hope you enjoyed this girl talk video. And if you did, make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, you share with a friend, especially if she's a fake friend. Share this video with her. Yeah. And until next time,